Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our sisters who gave us this translation. The translation reads like this. Hello, how are you? Can you please post my own story as anonymous? My name is Name Hidden. I am 32 years old. I was born and I was raised here in Lagos, Nigeria, where I met my husband. This was about 6 years ago. When we first met, he was everything that I had ever dreamed of in a man. He was charming, wealthy, and he was incredibly generous. He would take me to the finest restaurants, shower me at all the times with each and every given opportunity, with very expensive gifts, and he treated me like a queen. He used to say that you are like my queen. It felt like a fairy tale, but I soon discovered that behind this glamorous life that he had, that he was giving to me, and the way that he was taking care of me and both of my parents, there was a world of darkness that I wish that I had never entered. I then found out that Emeka, not his real name, he was nothing but a Yahoo boy. The day that I got to find out that he was just a Yahoo boy, and I was really heartbroken because I thought that he was a hard-working entrepreneur, but he had been using his intelligence to steal from other people. He was one of the many of our Nigerian young men involved in online scams, defrauding people from all over the world. At first, I didn't know what he did for a living, but I was always suspicious because whenever I'll be sleeping over at his house, then I would realize that this guy, he had always these friends that had their laptops at all the times busy on their laptops. So I thought that maybe there was some important stuff that they were doing like on their laptops, not knowing that they were busy scheming on how to steal from other people that were unsuspecting, the people that they were meeting online. So when I got married to him, I was really excited because he had told me that very soon we would be moving out of Nigeria and we were supposed to go to Europe. He told me that he was a businessman with connections overseas, and I totally believed him. But as time went on, I began to notice that things did not add up. He would spend hours on his laptop, often in the middle of the night, talking to people on Facebook, Instagram, and other social media platforms. I saw large sums of monies that were being deposited into his accounts, but he never seemed to have any legitimate business dealings. There was this other time that there was so much money that was deposited to him by this other woman, quite an old woman from America. So I was really angry at that time. The moment that I tried to communicate with that lady, he got so angry because he said, I do not want you to touch that woman. He said that it was the business partner, but I was like, what type of a business partner can send you love emojis? Only if I had known that this was what he was doing, swindling people, pretending as if he was an older white man, and that is how he was getting into the pockets of these desperate Americans that would deposit money into his account. One day, after we had been staying for about a year together as a married couple, that was when Emeka finally confessed to me that this is what he had really did. He explained to me that he was a Yahoo boy and that he had made his money by scamming people online. He showed me how him and his boys, because at that time, like when they were really like running hot, he used to operate with 30 boys. So these 30 boys, then they would go online, then they would create these fake profiles, and after they would have created those fake profiles, some of them they would be pretending as if they are women. Some of them, they will be pretending as if they are white men, those that will be looking for Africans, or rather those white men that will be here in Africa looking for other white women, usually your mature white women that will be staying in Europe, America, or wherever. Then they will start to communicate with that person. So they used to exchange this information, and then these people, they would create these fake profiles and befriend each other so much that when you go to someone's profile, like when you want to check if this is a fake profile, usually you want to see how many friends the person has. So you'll end up seeing that the person has to close to 2,000 friends, and then when you'll be tracing, you can think that indeed this is a genuine profile, but what you won't know is that they would have befriended each other using those fake profiles. They used to have a lot of WhatsApp groups where they'll be sharing this information before someone would have approached you on Facebook trying to hack you or trying to scam you. Usually they will make a screenshot of your profile, then they will put it in the group, then they will start to have a discussion about you. By the time that someone comes to your inbox, they would have gathered as much as information as they can get from you using your friends as well as your other friends, and then they will start to befriend your friends first so that Facebook can recommend them. And when you look, you will see that such a beautiful woman, then you will be the one that will be sending a friend request to that person, not knowing that this is just a fake profile like so many others, pretending to be someone else so as to gain the trust of the victims. You would use their pictures stolen from social media to create convincing stories that would manipulate them into sending him money. I was shocked the day that I found out that this was what my husband was doing. I thought that my husband was a genuine entrepreneur, not knowing that the reason as to why I was living a soft life like this, it was because of the money that he was stealing from all of these people. But at the same time, I was already in too deep. I was pregnant. I had grown accustomed to the lifestyle, the luxury, always at different parties, the endless flow of cash. I tried to justify it by telling myself that it was not my business. What he did to make money, it was not my business. All that mattered was that he was my husband, even though he was flirting with these women online, as long as it was not going to be something that would be serious. Deep down, I knew that it was wrong. The worst part came when I discovered the rituals. Emeka was not just using fake profiles and lies to deceive people. He was also involved in dark rituals to make his scams more effective. He would collect pictures of his victims from their social media profiles. So he used to have this other huge cardboard box that was full of pictures that you would have downloaded from the internet from different parts of Africa and the world. Pictures of their faces, their families, even pictures of this other woman who had recently lost her own mother. So she had posted pictures of the grief of her mother. So they used that picture to rise up the spirit of her mother so that the mother can go and visit her in her dreams to convince her that indeed she was supposed to send some money to Emeka. When someone has been scammed, do not think that they are a fool, but you need to know that there is also a spirit that these Yahoo boys that they will be using. So you would take these pictures to a babalao, a witch doctor who would perform rituals to bind the victims and make them susceptible to Emeka's scams. I remember the first time that I witnessed my husband as he was performing one of these rituals. That day, he said that there was this other big man that he had been speaking with. The man was a black American who had a lot of money but was very mature. So he was pretending as if he was a woman. It went from a meeting with that babalao. He had a small black leather bag filled with items, candles, herbs, and pictures of his latest targets. He told me to follow him into the living room where he laid everything out on the floor. The witch doctor had given him specific instructions. He was to light the candles, chant certain words, and burn the pictures over the flames. As the pictures burned, then my husband started calling out the name of his victim, asking the spirits to weaken what he called their willpower and to make them compliant. It was terrifying to watch. I could feel that there was a demon that entered into the room as the ritual was being performed. He then told me that this ritual, they were the essential part to our success. He believed that without them, his scams would fail. He was convinced that the spirits were helping him, and as long as he followed the witch doctor's instructions, and indeed that man ended up sending him a lot of money that he used to make our business to grow even bigger. but over time I have seen that what my husband did, it has made him to become a very paranoid man. He is always worried, and what worries me is that at night he is even afraid to travel alone, because he keeps on saying that since he has exposed himself, there are spirits that he regularly sees. I have asked him what type of spirits does he see at night, because he can wake up in the middle of the night screaming, and he does not want to tell me the type of spirits that he sees at night. In my own home, there are so many accidents that have happened. One of my child has been operated on several times because of the several accidents. Strange things have happened around our house. Mirrors, sometimes they can break, windows, they can be broken, yet there won't be anyone that will be outside. We have heard our front door being slammed shut on its own when we would have locked it. Even our dog, one of our dogs just fell ill and died. It is as if there is some dark spirits. Just like what my husband says, he says that he does not want to be alone upstairs because he is afraid that the devil will be waiting for him in the bedroom. So what kind of a marriage is this, that my own husband has to tell me that in our bedroom there is the devil, the Satan himself, that will be waiting for us? I cannot take it anymore. There was a time when I left America and I moved back with my parents, but still I was so sad when you would call me late at night that you would see the faces of the people in those pictures that you used to burn in all of these rituals. So I am sharing this confession because I also want people to pray for me, and I want people to know that for you to be safe, please lock your social media profiles. Be careful about the pictures that you post online and who you allow to see them. I think that it is far much better when you are on Facebook, lock your pictures such that only your family members and your close friends, they can be the ones that can see your pictures. Be careful about the pictures that you post online, because the internet is full of people that are as evil as my husband, that can use these demonic powers to manipulate and to control you. This is my own story. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our admins who received this confession. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world.